Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Christian from Berlin. If you want to know more about how to accompany a singer or yourself, patterns, fills, everything, just have a look at my big playlist. It's linked here or there where you can learn everything. I hope you enjoy this one. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, helps my channel to grow. Enjoy. Hello everybody to this lovely pattern which is really universal. Now you're not universal, but very versatile. Now what do we have in the left hand? We are an F, F like for everybody. And the basis for it all is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and these are also our chords. And if you want so, I'll show you a little couple of tricks also later. Now, this is a rumba bass. You see? And our chords are F major. 2 and 3 and 4. We use it in all kinds of variations and inversions. F major chord. And then we have the D minor 7. Also without the root here. Why should we repeat the root here? If we have it here, we can. In this style we can. 1 and 2 and 3 and we have the G minor 7. You see also here playing the octaves gives it a fuller. It's also possible, yeah, but let's make friends with octaving something. Makes it a little bit fatter even. G minor 7. Also without the root. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and what is this? That's right, that's C7, and sometimes we can add, very often you could try it, at the 9th. It's the 9th wheel on the card. And you could as well be a good accompanier by just playing pads here, you know, or this, and just leave it like that. Many accompaniers, what's the term of that? Compers. They pay too much. Sometimes it's just the greatest way to just... Okay, I'll show you. Now we have the basis. We could support the rhythm with something more rhythmic in the right hand. Could sound like... Here. We use the same chord and we just to give it some melodic movement on the way, we could just play... Why not give it a little melodic movement by just moving the octave? That's the trick. Yeah? 1 and 2. And it's just really the octave that is moving. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Here's a little bit different. Here it's a little bit different. Here we have the D minor 7. I'll explain it quickly for those who are interested. And here we go to the 7. On minor 7 chords, you can very often, like we are in D minor 7, you play briefly, you see it in the display, the C over the D bass, yeah, and then you go back to D minor 7. You heard that in many rock and pop songs, like yeah, it's a very common thing, you know. No. Anyway, so, and here on, okay. Sounds great. Okay, I stopped that you learned something today. On G minor 7. We could hear G minor 7 and then we go briefly to to C. It's also a great, what we call borrowed chords, you know? We don't change the chord, we don't change the harmony, just passing, borrowed chords, because we give it back. We borrow the C, and then we go back to C. It's so, and then we go to C. Here we stay. And then you have you can have a party time with this groove. If you just want to doodle yourself a little bit, like, or accompany somebody and just play fills, you know, like you want to be on the reduced side, like as I showed you in the beginning, but maybe the melody is just like here, do 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 do. Melody, I love you so, baby. I don't love you anymore, baby. Just 2 seconds later. And now I love you again. I love you. I don't love you anymore. It's a very dynamic relationship described in this song. Or you might know this from your own relationship. So, and then I'll show you a couple of things. First, you play the chord. And what is it what I play here? You must stay on my channel, because this is a huge resource, my channel, of professional pop, blues, rock, country, everything you get here. You get even free German beer on my channel if you find the right link. So there you will find in my fills. I put the tutorial in the description box for fills, and there you will see all the mechanisms behind this, and we will repeat a little bit of that in F. You might have seen that already. We had F, and we're using the slip note technique between the 9th and between this slip note between the E and the F. We are in F now. And then be in time for the next D minor 7, which you can play any way you like. Okay. This is also good voicing. It's a little bit area 52. No, it's area. It has air in it, because we you can play it with like a full D minor 7, or just like this. So what are we doing with the fills when the chord changes? Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now this one you got. Now we're in D, and we don't care. We don't care. We're in D. We played this one before on F. We played again. This time it's related to viewed from the D minor chord. It's now between the 9th and the 3rd, and between the 7th and the root. And you have the chords right next to it. That's always nice. And now, you gotta be fast when you do it. Just the same as before. We are in F, we don't change, and luckily it all fits over all chords. Like, good exercise to do that, to play these. And then be in time for, again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You can, if you play something in between, why not? Now, what else could we do with it? So, what is the trick here? First, you grab again 4 notes of the chord. If you don't like the major 7, you can also, of course, take. It's a different style that it's a little bit less, you know, a bit more harmless without the major 7. It depends on your taste, but it's just, you know, also fine. But we agreed now on having the major 7 now. Gives it a little bit distinguished sound. And what do I do here? It's nothing planned. I just fill it in any order. The pattern. I could play. Or and then you might find you stick with something. That's a little bit nicer than the one before. You experiment a little bit. Basically, it's just filling the 8 notes with chord notes. I like this one. And then, if you have these 2 repeated on top, it just sounds a little bit nicer and more homogeneous if you continue that with the next chord. Like now. Yeah? It gives it unity if we do that and that and that and that. But you could also like you could take an inversion. Next verse. The singer is singing the next verse where they reconcile. Let's still be together, baby. I don't love you, but I still love you. Let's stay together. That would be my next idea for the next verse. And let's stay together for the kids. That's always a great idea. So, okay, we don't love each other, but let's stay together for the kids. And the next verse is like, and you do the same. And just because you raise the heat just by a third already makes a difference. Yeah, very often the piano man accompanying a singer does like, okay, second verse. First verse was like this. And he's like, oh, I'm insensitive, but I can also be really dynamic. And the next verse is... I'm exaggerating, but they would do much. Stop, Christian. Calm down, blood pressure down. Okay, but you know what I mean. They would soon, they would not dose it right. Because if there are 5 verses, of course, in the end, everything is lovey-dovey. The kids come in and everybody hugs each other. So you must have something in reverse. And it's really great just to raise one note. And next verse is... Oh, listen to this. And then, instead of going still higher, you would be like in the area of the singer now. You would be in the frequency of the singer, so you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't. It's a tricky decision, but usually you stay here where your area is. Like stay in your own room, like the couple after the song, and so you would, and then you could like maybe put a after this. It could like. You know, you could add a little bit, like a little bit pushing chords, very smooth and tender. See, now I play it without the minor 7. and occasionally go back to the warm and rich part here. Yeah, if you do something up there, then fill it again, come back, and now put it, here's the warmest part. Here it's about, yeah. Okay, that's the trick. So now you found already a couple of possibilities to make use of this. Of course, there could be endless possibilities, but I think this is a good selection. We repeat, we have this kind of party feeling, and we have this and we have this with the arpeggios. Advanced, next lesson. Okay, and finally, I will play a little bit for inspiration. I won't stop, just that you know, you get inspiration to bring it more alive. But you can switch off basically. You can go to McDonald's now already, you've learned enough, but if you want, left hand was wrong. I'm rushing. Yeah, forget it. I have no more concentration right now. Okay, you have a couple of ideas. So my channel, we treat this subject regularly, and welcome to learn with us. Thanks for watching. Bye from Berlin.